Nashville, a statewide tornado drill in Missouri rings the bell of an upcoming tornado season. Plus, how state leaders are planning to protect you and your family from the coronavirus. And how the deadly virus could affect the biggest film festival in Columbia this weekend. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
While there are no known coronavirus cases in Missouri, state leaders say they are still taking precautions. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain. Thanks for joining us. Today, officials push to reassure the public they are ready to handle it. KOMU 8's Daniel Perot was at today's news conference, and Daniel, state officials really left us with more questions than answers today.
Yeah, they did, Emily. As you said, Missouri has not seen a single case, but 15 people have been tested in the state for it. But the question is, what happens if we do see a case? The state says they're prepared, but are they?
Missouri is ready if an outbreak were to happen in our state.
State officials reassuring the public.
We are well prepared for COVID-19.
They can handle a coronavirus outbreak.
When it comes to infectious disease outbreaks, especially the flu, we have experience.
But officials offered few details on the specific steps they've taken.
We have great communication with our federal partners. The governor and I know most of them on a first-name basis.
Despite being asked repeatedly, the only details Governor Parson gave were,
just yesterday, I was on a conference call with fellow governors and Vice President Mike Pence.
Dr. Williams says there is an elevated risk to the elderly. He says the best thing you can do to protect yourself is vigorously washing your hands. In the studio, Daniel Perot, KOMU 8 News.
True Falls Film Fest is addressing coronavirus concerns ahead of the festival's start Thursday. The festival's director says hand sanitizer is located throughout the venues and extra signage on how to properly wash your hands. She says the CDC confirmed no guests coming from areas of concern, but ticket holders make up the majority of the thousands in attendance.
We've had a few people reach out just asking before we put out the information yesterday, just sort of asking what we're considering. I think that now that we have that information out, we really haven't had those kinds of questions.
True Falls kicks off Thursday and will remain in contact with the CDC until then. As people are raising concerns for this deadly virus, many stores in the St. Louis area are running out of hand sanitizer. According to the CDC, using alcohol-based hand sanitizers is one way to prevent getting the coronavirus, but always washing your hands with soap and water is key if it's available.
It was another warm day today. Hope you were able to enjoy it. A lot of sunshine out there on our Tuesday. Full forecast looking ahead to the next 8 days coming up.
Tornadoes ripped across downtown Nashville and other parts of Tennessee as families slept early this morning. And here's what we know so far. Authorities say at least 25 people were killed, more than 100 buildings destroyed, burying people in piles of rubble and wrecked basements. State officials say damage to the power grid left about 70,000 people in the dark. A few hours after this tornado, Missouri's statewide tornado drill reminded Jefferson City just what happened there last year. This week is our state's Severe Weather Preparedness Week. KOMU 8's Stephanie LaChance is live in the capital city to show us what we can do to prepare.
I'm right outside of one of those homes that was destroyed by that Jefferson City tornado just this past May. Now, if you come take a look at this home has debris all over. If you look at these wooden panels right here, as you can see, the homeowner told me that these used to be the walls that made up his bedrooms. Also, take a look at this. There's glass, drywall, pieces of his home everywhere. He said this has been a tragedy.
Something that we never thought would happen.
A community preparing for what seems too familiar.
But when it did, our community really came together, and it's opportunities like what we have today that really give us a moment to reflect back on that.
I spoke to the mayor of Jefferson City, and she says it's important to stay prepared. I also spoke to the homeowner of this house behind me, and he says the hardest thing about this tragedy has been the recovery. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Stephanie LaChance, KOMU 8 News.
Here's a list of some things FEMA recommends to put into your basic emergency supply kit. Take a look here. These items include food and water, dust masks to filter air, flashlights and extra batteries, a whistle to signal for help, and of course a first aid kit. You can find more recommended things at our website, KOMU.com. Today, the Camden County Sheriff's Office closed the death investigation of a Lake area couple. Both Courtney and Anden Torres died in their home back in November last year. The Sheriff's Office says they died from acute fentanyl intoxication. Both members of the couple leave behind children from previous relationships. There is a memorial fund for those children at Central Bank of Lake of the Ozarks. Coming up, what you can buy and bring home from the biggest film festival in Columbia this weekend. Plus, why coronavirus has one Missouri family worried about an out-of-state